Hello, I'm Kenestrick, and today we're going to talk a little bit about Windows Hello and a couple of apps available for Windows 10. So what is Windows Hello? Well, how would you like to have this as your login authentication process?
So let me remove this. And like that, it recognized me and I'm now logged into my Windows desktop without having to touch the keyboard or anything like that.
Pretty simple, pretty quick, pretty painless. Well, that's exactly what Windows Hello does. It is Microsoft's new login system designed to take the place of password authentication. It integrates biometric framework uh, into authentication protocols for Windows using fingerprint identification, iris, and facial recognition. Essentially, Microsoft is trying to drive us toward not having passwords anymore. But why? Well, if you've dealt with passwords, and pretty much all of us have, you know that they can be a pain. And over time, they've gotten more and more complicated, now starting to involve numbers and case changes and even symbols in some cases. And remembering all of that can be somewhat difficult. If you're anything like me, you probably have used the same password on multiple sites, and that can be a problem if any of those sites become compromised. Well, Windows 10 integrating Hello and a revamped version of Microsoft Passport are trying to change all of that, and at the same time give us better security. The fact that makes it more secure is that it's now utilizing two-factor authentication through the use of asymmetric keys that are tied to your hardware. What Microsoft is driving is the idea of having a PIN that only you know, that is not stored anywhere, either that or utilizing your own biometric features, either a fingerprint or facial recognition, combined with a hardware key, uh, and that is how you log in. This is a little bit more from Microsoft about the security.
As a hacker, if I get a hold of your password, I can use that from anywhere. But with Microsoft Passport, the key is actually bound in hardware to my device. So the only way a hacker can use my identity is to actually steal the device. Now, when you use Microsoft Passport with Windows Hello, that means not only does the attacker have to steal my device, but they also have to be able to use my biometric, like my face, my fingerprint, or my iris, which is super challenging. We have anti-spoofing capabilities built in so that you can't use a photograph or a selfie on someone's phone to log in and impersonate someone else. But that's part of the promise, is you're not logging into the website with your face. You have possession of your device, you're unlocking the device with your face, and then your device is authenticating on your behalf.
So, Microsoft has driven stuff like this in the past, although not quite this advanced. And one of the questions is whether or not this will actually catch on. Well, Microsoft is making it very easy for developers and programmers to incorporate this into their own software. The fact that in the future with this, developers or sites that decide to use it aren't going to be storing any of your personal data is advantageous to them, at the very least from a money standpoint, because it reduces the cost that's associated if they get compromised. They're also employing and allowing for the source code to be readily available to programmers so that they can incorporate it into their own applications. They currently have native API support within Windows, and they have said that JavaScript API support will be coming later in this year. The biggest thing that I believe will drive this is that it makes the experience for the end user so much easier. So the primary technology that is allowing this is Intel's new RealSense cameras. They utilize, they're essentially a 3D camera, somewhat similar to Microsoft's Kinect. They learned a lot out of Kinect and are carrying it over to PC platforms, only in a better state, I would say. What it uses is a standard 2D camera and infrared technology to allow it to have depth perception of whatever is in the field of view. It can compare how far something is from something else, and that allows for it to fully recognize your face by picking up all the different features. It can tell, you know, how long your nose is or how deep your eye sockets are with the infrared technology. But the cameras go a lot farther than that on their own. Hello is one thing that they are useful for, but they're also getting incorporated to a lot of things for Windows 10, and we'll take a look at a little bit of that real quick.
Our world isn't one or two-dimensional. It's three-dimensional. And with the integration of true 3D capable cameras across a range of Intel computing platforms, so is your computing experience, giving you the power to capture and share your world. Extend your reach. Express yourself in new ways. Create something dramatic.
How do I slice this pepper?
Learn something entirely new.
Send to Janine.
Connect.
How about this?
And collaborate. Full 3D computing is here today, connecting you with what matters most in ways you never imagined.
And this one is purple.
All you have to do.
That's all for now. There's more to come. This is just the beginning.
Is look inside.
So, that being said, the cameras are not that easy to find right now. They're available in a few of the newer laptops that are coming out, but a standalone device is somewhat hard to get your hands on. I know for myself, when I was researching Hello, there is one developer camera you can get your hands on made by Creative. It's a F200, and they are currently on back order due to demand. They're not exceedingly expensive at, I think it was $99. So Hello looks really good to me as far as features out of Windows 10. A couple of the apps that I really enjoy, one I've been using for a couple of years, and I'm glad it's here on Windows 10 as well, is Wunderlist. So Wunderlist essentially is a cross-platform to-do list creator. It allows you to basically create all sorts of different task lists or shopping lists or whatever you need to have a list to remind you to do. And the unique thing that I like about Wunderlist is that you can create groups and share lists with them. So it can be useful to business as well as in your own home personal use. An example would be a business could create a list of tasks for a job that they're doing and assign those to different individuals based on their email, and they'll see their tasks. Well, the task manager can go ahead and get notified by Wunderlist as each of those get checked off, and it keeps them informed of where everything stands with that job that they're doing. So it can be really useful, especially if you're dealing with a situation where maybe you're a manager for a group of people and you're not in the office that often. It's a good way to keep tabs on where different things are and how they're coming along. Personally, I've used it for groceries a lot. One of the more useful features I've found is if I don't have time to get to the grocery store, I can make a list and send it to someone else in my house, and they get an entire list of me in seconds instead of me having to spend 2 or 3 minutes on the phone explaining to them what I need. The other app I wanted to talk about real quick is called Ready. It's pretty simple and straightforward, but a lot of these don't do it properly, in my opinion. Ready is a RSS feed compiler. It is slick looking and highly customizable. It allows you to have all different color backgrounds. You can change the font size, the font color. You can display your RSS feed as text only, or you can have it as tiles. And it integrates from Feedly, Pocket, and Instapaper. And it does it quickly. That's one of the more important features I've found in this. So I would say if you're like me and you read a lot of RSS feeds, you should check out Ready if you get a chance. And that will conclude our talk for today. Thank you.